What's up, guys, and welcome back to another What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm your host, KJ Romero. I'm running a little behind this week, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Tech Tip Tuesday on a Wednesday. So don't judge me because I have a 2-month-old baby that requires attention all the time. Now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into this Tech Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to be pretending like I have a flat front tire because I don't think I have any new tubes. So what we're going to do, we're going to deflate it, we're going to take it off the bike, take the tube out of the tire, and then put it right back in, and then pump it up. Because like I said, I don't think I have any new tubes on hand, so let's do this. Alright, so first things first, let's deflate this front tire so we can make it a little more realistic. Alright, now that we have this front tire nice and flat, like we were running from the cops on the freeway and ran over a spike strip, we can take it off the bike. On these Supercross quick twitch hubs, the front hub uses an 8mm Allen wrench. Just depending on your style of front hub, it could be a 15mm wrench, or it could even be a 10mm Allen wrench. On most of these new race hubs, they have a through axle. One side unscrews and the other side pulls out, and then you can pull off the front wheel, just depending on your brand of hub. Now that we have the wheel off the bike, then you can start the process of changing the tube. Depending on how long it's been since you've changed the tube, sometimes the bead can be stuck on the rim and you just give it a little pop all the way around. And that'll make it easier to pop the tire off. Look how stuck that is. Now we're ready to pop the tire off the rim and pull the tube out. These little tools right here, a tire lever, should be all you need to get this tire off of the rim. Sometimes you might need a little more help. You might even need 3 tire levers to get the tire off, because some tires are tighter than others, but let's pop it off. So the first step, you want to get under the tire like that. Next step, you want to take your other one, do the same thing about 3 inches over, pop it off, and then again another 2 or 3 inches, come over, another 2 or 3 inches, come over, and then at this point you can just run this along like that until your tire comes off completely on one side. From there, you can push this valve stem up, or you can put your fingers in between the tire and the rim, pull that valve stem out so it comes out, and then pull out your old or used and reused tube completely out of the tire. And now you have a tubeless wheel. Alright, once I have the tube taken out of the tire, what I like to do is run my finger through the inside of the tire, making sure that there's no sharp objects, maybe a thorn or a piece of glass or a cactus or something that's poking through that could have caused that flat tire. And also what I like to do is pull the tire back a little bit, check the rim strip, make sure there's no nipple holes poking out, because if there's a little bit showing or these are really dented in, it's a good chance that your tire was slightly cut from the sharp edges of the spoke holes. So just go through and try and eliminate what could have happened. Now that everything has checked out, there's no damage or anything, let's go ahead and put the tube back into the wheel. Alright, I deflated all of the air out of my old tube so we can pretend like it just popped out of the box. When I pull a fresh new tube out of the box, I like to get my pump and just kind of air this up a little bit so that way it has a little bit of air in it and it's easier to work with. And it doesn't have to be too much air, just enough to inflate it just a little bit. And that should be enough. I mean, there's really just enough air in here so the tube will take shape. On brand new tubes, they come with a little bit of like baby powder, it feels like, so it gives a little more life to the tube. Some people even like to put extra actual baby powder on it. I don't know if it really works or not, but I don't have any baby powder and I like to live life on the edge. So let's go ahead and put it back inside of the wheel. All right, so first, go ahead and find yourself the valve stem hole. Pull back the tire a little bit so you can see the hole from the top of the wheel. Push your valve stem back in completely. Fold the tire over, back over, and then just go ahead and tuck the tube back into the tire all the way around. And then once you have your tube tucked back into the tire, you can carefully go back around and pop the bead back into the rim. Be careful that your tube is not pinched between the tire and the rim, because that will pinch the tube and then you'll just have to start this over again. So be very careful. And like I said, some tires are tighter than others. Usually you can go around and pop it back onto the rim, but in this case I'm gonna have to pull out my tire lever just to give me a little assistance. If you're at this point and you can't get it back on, just go ahead and use your tool backwards where the lip is facing the rim and pry up like that. You know, about 1 or 2 inches over. You might be able to snap it back on at this point. Bam. There you go. Once you have it all tucked back in and put together, you're ready to put some air in it. When you have a flat tire and you're trying to put the tube on, it can be kind of tricky to get that tube attachment to the stem. What I do is push down right above the valve stem, and it'll make it a lot easier to snap the pump onto the valve stem. Before you go and put 100 pounds of pressure in this thing, pump it up to about 15 to 20 pounds and just go around looking at all the edges of the rim, making sure that the tire is set well and the bead isn't messed up. Sometimes when you put it together and you pump it up, it'll have like a hop and turn and you think your rim is bent. A lot of times it's just the tire. Like I was saying, if you don't go back and make sure the tire's even, this is what it's gonna look like. Can you see it? Makes it look like the wheel is real wobbly and bent, but it's just the tire. If it looks like that, just follow the line around the tire and you should be able to see if there's a low spot in the tire. Now that we have the tire pumped up, it's holding air, there's no damage, it's nice and straight and even, let's put it back on the bike. A lot of these new race tires are directional, so make sure it's rolling the right way. Put it in through here, slip this spindle in, put the bolt in, you're ready to go. Alright guys, that's a wrap on another Tech Tip Tuesday. I hope we touched on a few things that you guys weren't quite sure of. If you have any questions or have any suggestions for other videos, make sure to drop them in the comments below and we'll add that to our list of future YouTube videos. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And before you go, check out this new Supercross hoodie that just came in the other day. These things are pretty nice. It's got like a little Supercross thing around the strings for the hoodie. The inside of the hoodie is high-vis yellow with the Supercross logos. It's got like this gunmetal high-tech zipper. So if you guys are fans of Supercross stuff and you want some Supercross merch, I'll drop a link below that'll take you straight to the Supercross website and you guys can pick up all your shirts and sweaters and stuff like that. It also helps fund our factory riders as well as this YouTube channel so we can keep making videos for you guys. Thank you guys again and see you next week.